BBC News with Jerry Smith. The Chinese telecoms giant Huawei says its profits fell by nearly 69% last year as it was hit by US sanctions and Beijing's stringent COVID restrictions. The company reported a net profit of $5.2 billion. President Zelensky has been leading ceremonies in Bucha on the first anniversary of it being retaken by Ukrainian forces. The suburb, northwest of Kiev, has come to symbolize Russian atrocities. The leader of Belarus says his country is ready to host Russian nuclear arms. Alexander Lukashenko said the plan, announced by President Putin last week, would help to safeguard his country against threats from the West. Amnesty International says Cambodia must halt what it calls the forced eviction of about 10,000 families living at the Angkor Wat temple complex. The government says they're squatters who are damaging the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Tunisia has introduced strict water rationing in the face of a prolonged drought that severely depleted the country's main reservoirs. Residents say their drinking water has been cut overnight in parts of the capital, Tunis, and in other cities. A South African parole board is considering whether the convicted murderer and former Paralympic star Oscar Pistorius can be released from jail. He served half of his 13-year sentence for killing his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp, in 2013. Russian and Belarusian players will be allowed to compete as neutral athletes at this year's Wimbledon Tennis Championships after being banned last year. The organisers say they'll be forbidden from expressing support for Russia's invasion of Ukraine or receive funding from the Russian or Belarusian states. And that's the end of the news from London.